The obsession over range and register is a trap. Don't get me wrong, voice classification can be helpful, but it's more of like a starting conversation, a tool, a direction. And even within the definition of bass and baritone and tenors, there are different kinds. Listen, you don't just go through puberty and automatically like go into some sort of template of how your voice is going to work. It doesn't work that way. This is such a problem. I'm just gonna walk through a couple of I think I got dog hair on my face. Yep, that's my dog. I'm gonna walk through a couple of Reddit posts and DMs that I've got and go through some of these misunderstandings, okay? So this was a direct message I got from somebody who will remain anonymous. I never publicize anyone who reaches out to me for voice help. More on how I do that at the end of this video, but anyway. So this is a really great sort of question that he had about range. This person is a tenor. These problems are really common. I still have to navigate these problems, and I'm paid to do it. One of the things I wanted to take note of was that I'm looking at the wrong camera. Great job. I'm clearly a professional singer, but not a professional YouTuber. Anyway, this person came to me with this question. Initially, the conversation came about range, and there was a lot of confusion because they could hit, you know, something absurd like F sharp 5. Wow! You know, F sharp 5. Now, you might be thinking, oh, okay, he's just showing off. I'm not. Listen, I'm proud that I have an upper extension. It's a cool parlor trick, but it's just that. It is a parlor trick. Almost an octave down, I have a break that gave me problems for like 8 years, okay? And even Luciano Pavarotti, the greatest operatic tenor of all time, who probably no one who's watching this cares about, but he's great. He's dead. But he was really good. He has this talk, it's on YouTube, and he demonstrates what's called the passaggio, okay? Passaggio sits it around depending on the type of tenor because, again, this gets involved. This is more than just, I'm a tenor, I'm a baritone. There are, like, sub-classifications, okay? And I'm not gonna bother you with that, but here's the point. The passaggio can be like this. Still to this day, if I want that to go exactly right, I kind of have to concentrate. You know, and that did take me like 10 years to really figure out how to do that and not make it like and go flat.
It sounds simple. Take probably 10 years to make a sound like that.
There's a huge difference between... Dog, you're making all sorts of noise in the world. This is my dog. Yes. Yes, you're a filter. You're a filter. Yes, okay, I need to make a video. She doesn't want to move now, so... Okay, so we're just gonna... The whole... Okay, no, you have to go now. Just because you can kind of hit a note doesn't mean that it's a note that is something that you're going to be able to sing in context, in musical context. You're always going to be like a little flat, but then you're going to have to, because you're a little flat, because the technique isn't just there, right? You have to lock in and really understand everything. And because you don't, but you can kind of hit it, well, now you're going to start like pushing the voice up to try and make it not flat. Oh, but then you're going to get vocally tired, and then the next phrase is going to suck, and then you're going to wonder why you can't hit the high note. This is why range and obsessing over it is a trap. You have to stop. I'm dead serious. I care about your success, random stranger who cares about voice, and so you clicked on this video. I care about you. Sincerely, don't focus on range. Focus on singing. High notes are a parlor trick. They're cool. They're neato. I've had an F sharp 5 since I was 19 years old. You know when I started to get paid? It's when I could read music. It's when I could sing comfortably through a line. It's when I could teach. It's when I had something to give that was meaningful, not an F sharp 5 out of context as a parlor trick. But you're just some dude on YouTube. This doesn't apply to I. You're right. It doesn't just apply to you. It applies to everybody. So... That's a bass baritone. So he can go high. As a matter of fact, in a master's class at Temple, he hit B flat 4, and he's a bass baritone. So, yeah. Guess what he doesn't get paid to sing? He does not get paid to sing B flats. What he does get paid to sing is orchestra music. He does a lot of orchestra gigs because he's a great musician. He went on from Temple to Curtis, which is like 2% acceptance rate. It's a ludicrously hard school to get into. But even, okay, so putting that aside, maybe opera doesn't appeal to you the way it does me, and that's fine. That's, to each their own. But there are plenty of other examples in other genres. As a matter of fact, let's look at someone who got paid to be that high note freak. So, yeah, that's cool. Several years later. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking I'm on the Mariah Carey lost her voice bandwagon. That's not exactly what happened. What did happen is that she got vocal nodules and then she got surgery. Now that does take the toll on the voice. Okay, the range is going to be impacted by that, but that's not the primary issue. As a singer ages, yes, even after puberty, the voice changes consistently over time. You get bigger and richer and you lose some of your top. Now, if you're Mariah Carey, who cares? She is super, ultra, mega famous, okay? That's not exactly like a valid career path. It is a grind to build a fandom. It is a grind to be sort of the blue-collar musician of the world. You cannot count on being famous. If that's why you're learning to sing, yeah, go, maybe, I don't want to tell you to blow your voice out, don't do that. But don't make your aspirations to be famous. Make it to be the best singer that you can be. Mariah Carey made her money off of high notes. In her case, they literally were money notes. But now she has to go on tour and has to lip sync God knows how many times just because if she rolls out of bed, what is she going to do? Fire everyone on her staff? Mariah Carey and any large pop singer, that's like an industry. There's so many people relying on that money that comes from a tour like that to cancel a show just because she can't hit a high note that day is really irresponsible. She could lip sync it. It's not great, but if the audience doesn't know any better, then at least, blue collar Billy gets to go home and feed his family. And listen, I think a lot of us would totally be fine with that situation. But then she's stuck there. She can't release a new album and just have it go big. She's not relevant anymore in that way. She has to rely on the old fandom that she built up because she is a pop artist. It's very boom and bust, and she is not the now singer. And you're going to see that with a lot of pop artists. They're going to fall off as they age. My point is this. If you want a couple of years where you just, have fun and blow it out, then I can't stop you. But if you treasure singing, if you treasure your voice, don't obsess over range. Don't obsess over parlor trick high notes. If you want a long, meaningful career that isn't boom and bust, then learn to sing. Don't learn to sing notes. God, that would have been like such a good place to end it, but it occurs to me, people are going to think I'm like biased against pop singers. I'm not. I think people like Lady Gaga are really, really smart with their careers. Like, look at where she's going with her albums. And she was never like a high note gimmick. And Mariah Carey's a fine singer. Nothing about her voice was a gimmick. It was beautiful. And it still is. It's just different than it was. So I don't hate on pop singers. Go ahead, sing pop and, just build a loyal following that's going to follow you when you change and isn't asking you to be the 20 years ago you. Anyway. Sing, don't sing notes. That really should have been the closer. God. Anyway, if you're stuck when you're singing and you just need some help, you can contact me on my Instagram and just DM me and I'll help you out. Just one phrase at a time, okay? If you have any specific subject you want to cover over the voice, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I just actually did this video, and I'm going to be doing another video based on someone's comment and request that I cover range and register, as well as, you know, the DMs that I get as well. So reach out. I'm here to help. I might be a little late next week. Usually I release on Wednesdays, but I might be a little late because I'm moving across the country during a pandemic. So be forgiving, but the video will be out ASAP, I promise you. So subscribe, like, comment, smack the buttons, all notifications. Blah, blah, blah.